just 3 weeks to go until the open market selling season starts. I need to find some products for the stall, and I need to find them fast. In this week's video, I've got 3 really nice oak products that are not only going to lift the stall, I think they're going to sell really quickly. They're going to be priced to sell, and now that I've got the dimensions and the design down, I'm going to be able to batch them out really quickly. As always, the plans will be available for free. Watch till the end of the video to see how to get those. Let's get on with the first product. Cut this piece down to 38 centimeters or 15 inches roughly, and I need to make these so they're both the same thickness. Both the same thickness now. There's some burn marks, a bit tatty this end. I'm just going to give them a quick sand over to get rid of the burn marks, and we'll move on to the next stage. So with the 2 pieces fully prepped, I need 2 lots of 16 inches, which is 40.5 centimeters, 2 lots of 4 inches, which is 10 centimeters. I'm going to do that now so that we can get them stained and they'll be drying while we prep the rest of this. Using the mark on the wood, I place the piece in the correct position and then set a stop block. This way, both the 16-inch pieces are exactly the same length. I think I want to preserve the wood grain. I'm going for a walnut stain. I get quite a lot of comments asking why I bother to protect my work surfaces when I'm doing staining and painting, and even when I'm drilling on the other ones, they say it's just a workshop worktop. But I think taking pride in where you work is quite important. Let me know what you think. Do you protect your work surfaces when you're doing these sort of things, or do you just drill through and go into your work surface? Be interested to know what other people do. So I've pre-glued the end grain here and let it dry just to give it some extra strength. Now I'm doing a normal glue up and clamping as I go, and it's just a normal butt joint. One thing that I could do with a lot of practice at is freehand routing, and I'd make a terrible job of trying to keep these lines fairly straight. In a few seconds I try to rectify that with a mallet and a chisel, but I've gone so close to the edge here that it's just not salvageable. So I make a change to the plans, and I use a straight edge and go right across the face of this piece. So to connect all the pieces, I just use some wood glue and super glue and some activator, and then I clean up all the squeeze out, and I do the same with a little screwdriver just to get into all the corners. And then the final step is just to clamp it all up and let it dry. And there we go, a lovely 2-tone oak wall clock with the keyhole hanger on the back. Whilst this is laser engraved, you don't have to have one to get this product made. You can buy pens or a gel with templates that you write the letters on, or the numbers on in this case, and then you use a hairdryer or a heat gun to burn it into the wood. This is such a simple design. Anybody should be able to make this given a bit of practice. Watch to the end where I give an idea of what I think I'll be able to get for all 3 of these products. So So essentially what I'm going to have is a 5-inch wide box, which is 4 inches high, but with a base that's going to be another 1.5 inches high, so it should make the dimensions really quite nice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these all into 5-inch strips, including the base. So I'm doing some test cuts on a piece of scrap, only to find that I can't get accurate cuts because the tip of the mitre goes under the stop block. So I put a bit of wood on that goes right to the table bed to alleviate that problem. So with the block working just fine, we can do the mitres on the other 8 pieces that we need for this build now. So I'm going to get all of these cut and then I'll come back and we'll put it together once it's finished. So I've kind of screwed up. When fitting the flat top blade, which has a 30mm bore, and the table saw takes a 25mm bore blade, I didn't seat the adapter ring properly. And as a consequence, where I set the blade height, it was like an egg, so it was going up, and it's actually taken far too much off of the depth of the blade. I think I can get away with it because the strength will be in the glue on the sides. We'll see. If it doesn't work, I won't be selling this one anyway, but we'll see how it goes. I've reset the adapter, or the bore adapter, and it should be fine now. I'm going to have to reseat the height or reset the height, and we'll try again. The next 3 need to be good. So now all I need to do is cut a square into my plywood and then we'll assemble it all. So you might be able to see that the tops open slightly. It's curved. So I'm going to have, and I've got the same problem on the smaller ones as well. So I'm going to glue them up. I'm going to see what I can do. Just using tape here as clamps is so much easier, and normally I find that it's square straight away. So I've considered the wall clock design when building this planter. Gone for the two-tone oak look again, and I've used a lovely figured oak to create this product, which I think lifts it to the next level. I've also designed and printed off a 3D insert, so if you've got a 3D printer, I'll make the file available for that. This keeps the soil away from the wood and stops it from getting waterlogged. Watch to the end to find out how much I price this individually and maybe as a set with the clock. So just briefly, I haven't got a build for this product, unfortunately. I lost it all to a faulty SD card. I'll just go over the basics. It's a little 5 Tealight holder plinth. It's got raised feet that you can use the plinth with or without. It's in the same style as the clock and the planter. and the plans will be available even though I haven't got any of the build video for you. And I'm going to discuss the prices in the next little section. So just a really quick roundup then. So the clock I'm going to be pricing at £30, and I'll judge the interest and the sales. If it starts to sell well, I might up the price. If it doesn't sell, I'll drop it to 25, but I won't go below that. The planter I'm going to charge £15 for bare, but with the plant and the sleeve, I'll charge £20 for that. I think that's worth that all day long as well. And the Tealight holder, I'm going to start that at £15, and again, I'll judge that. If somebody wants to buy the whole lot together, I might knock £5 off. The plans, as always, are free. You can download them at notjustwood.co.uk in the plan store. If you do download any, just leave me a comment saying thank you or something so that I get some engagement on the video, which will hopefully push the video out to more people. For more products that you can make to sell, check out these videos right here. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Please be safe in your workshop and have fun.